everybody, it's Alan. I am currently about 2 months post-op top surgery. It's more like 2 months and a week or 9 weeks or something like that. So I wanted to give you an update. And just by the way, in case you're wondering, I've been on T for about like 4 months and a week, and I'm been trying to make an update about that, but I've been completely swamped with work. It's insane. But anyway, just a quick video about being post-op top surgery. So I had my surgery August 5th, 2014 with Dr. Crane and Dr. Satterwhite doing it together. And I'm very happy with it. The healing and stuff has a ways to go in the sense that the nipples are hopefully going to become more like nipples over time. So I'll show you how it looks. The scars are pretty red, so if you're not into that, then you might not want to see it. Yeah, so here we are. I'll back up. I can't stay backed up and talk because then it's too quiet, but yeah, so in general, I'm so happy just with having had top surgery. I have no regrets in the slightest, no waverings, nothing. Like, in the past, when I would consider having top surgery, like before I decided I wanted to transition, I thought, well, I could imagine, like, maybe waking up in the morning and laying in bed and, like, feeling that I didn't have boobs and, like, sort of missing that for a moment and feeling like a part of me was missing or something, and now I'm like, no, that has not happened. I don't think that that will happen. I don't miss anything. I'm just so happy about it every day. So that's pretty straightforward. So yeah, you can see how it looks. I have been working out for the last few weeks, ever since being like 5 or 6 weeks post-op. I've been back into working out, biking, doing push-ups, doing bicep curls, all my normal arm exercises, except I haven't been doing pull-ups or really much of any overhead work because I still feel a lot of uncomfortable pulling when I stretch. I can kind of get my arms all the way up, but not to the point where I'd want to try actually hanging by my hands. So yeah, whatever. I can wait to do pull-ups. And then another thing that causes pulling is this position, where I stretch my arms behind me, to do the stretch, where you have your hand on the doorway and you stretch your pecs. I can only do that a little bit. One thing is that the incisions itch a lot, which is uncomfortable. It's not too extreme, it's not all the time, it's not totally driving me crazy, but there's some itching going on, so I hope that goes away. Guys who have had top surgery, I'd be interested to hear how that's gone for you. Did you have itching? Did it ultimately go away? Did it not totally go away? And also, I'd be interested to hear from other guys about how the nipples have gone for you, because I'm wondering when the, nipple projection, the actual, nipple part sort of comes back, because mine are flat right now. The surgeon, Dr. Satterwhite, told me at my 4 weeks post-op appointment that that comes back over time, or it can come back over time. So I'm wondering, have you guys had the experience where it takes a while for the nipple projection part to come back? If so, when did that happen? Or did that not happen to anybody? And am I gonna have weird flat nipples? I hope not. So I can show you a little close-up so you can decide if you want to continue watching for a close-up. It's not terribly attractive. Okay, so I can't really tell if that's focusing or not. I use my iPhone, so it may not be great quality. So you can see how the nipple part is flat. My nipples right now basically seem to me to be like as if they are blobs of scar tissue. I mean, they're more than scar tissue, but they seem quite scar-y right now. You can see the incisions are, significant, like red, and they've stretched a bit, and they stick out a little bit. Let me put this on the surface so I don't have to hold it. Oh, I think I pushed some button. It says something that I don't understand. Well, hopefully that's not messing it up. Yeah, so the scar is pretty raised, especially kind of in this location on both sides, like kind of underneath the nipple, and I wonder if that is because when I had that Embrace scar tape on for the first, like 2 or 3, wait, no, how long was that? It was more than 2 weeks. What am I talking about? Like 4 weeks after my post-op appointment, I guess? When I had the scar tape on, the ointment that I had on the nipples under the gauze would sort of creep down and make the scar tape detach. So for probably most of the time, I did not have any scar tape being effective in this region under the nipples, which is maybe why that part is kind of more stretched out. And you can see I have this sort of like pirate scar thing going on where it's like you can see lines or like you can see where the sutures were under the skin or something like that. I'm not happy about that. I hope that that pirate crazy scar look goes away eventually. Let me straighten this up. Sorry, this is low tech. Yeah. And I know that the redness will decrease. I've noticed that when I press on the incision, you can see how the redness goes away like for a second when I press on it, and then it comes back after a second. So I figure that means that the redness is largely due to blood flow, and that over time, when it heals, the redness will go away. I don't like having the big, bright red scars, but I know they'll fade eventually. And, oh yeah, so I would always wonder when I saw guys post-op pictures or videos, like, the color of the nipples, is that the color that you had before? Because everybody's seem kind of dark. So my nipples are definitely sort of darker or more red than they originally were, because originally they were pale pink. So I'm hoping that they'll go back to that, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, they don't look like they don't look a crazy color, so it's alright. Except in this lighting, my skin looks like paper white. It's not that ghostly in real life. Anyway, what else? A couple words about sensation or pain. I have this thing where when I wake up in the middle of the night or the morning, I feel pain initially around the incisions before I get moving, as if the skin or the stuff under the skin kind of stiffens up or like gets stuck or something in the night while I'm not moving. That's interesting, but in the daytime it feels pretty much fine. I feel some pain if I press really hard, like in the incision area, but only if I press really hard. That's not a significant deal at all. And I do certainly feel some numbness. It's weird though. It's like if someone else touches me, so then it's easier to tell, because when you're touching with your own hand, it's like, is my chest feeling that, or is my hand feeling that? So when somebody else touches me, it's like my skin cannot quite feel the touch, but I can still feel the touch on the layer that's like just below the skin. So it's this weird feeling where I can kind of feel it, but kind of not. But at the same time, it's possible for me to still have some like erotic sensation all in here, even though the skin is kind of numb, which is weird, but that's how it is. Anything else? That probably covers it. Yeah, I'm just really happy with it. Just so happy I had it done. It feels amazing to have a shirt on with nothing else underneath, and to feel like stuff like the seatbelt in the car on my chest, because at this point it doesn't irritate me like the seatbelt irritated me for the first 6 weeks or something. And to feel like the feeling of muscle and then shirt and standing up tall. It's really amazing. I'm just so thankful that I've had it and that I'm in this position now. And I want to say a word about Dr. Satterwhite, because some people have messaged me asking about Dr. Satterwhite, because he has way more appointments available than Dr. Crane does. Like, Dr. Crane doesn't have appointments for like a year from now or something like that. So I'm happy with Dr. Satterwhite, as I've said before. He's really nice, really good guy. He knows what he's doing. So the deal is that supposedly he and Dr. Crane each did one side of my chest together. They were talking as they were doing the surgery and all that. Now, I haven't noticed any really significant differences in the two sides of my chest. Like, it's not like I think, oh, this side is crappy, Dr. Satterwhite must have done that. Like, no, they're both really good, and I think both of them are really good surgeons. So I'll show you a last close-up in case you want to try to notice any differences in the sides. I kind of feel like the incision is a little bit better here, because on this side, like on my tiptoes here, because I don't want to move the camera around again. This is very smooth here, very smooth transition to the incision. Whereas on this side, gotta move the camera. Oh, I am sorry about that. This is not working. Okay, this side, it's not as smooth, like there's more of a bump. I don't know if that's showing up, if you can see it, but it's, yeah, the regular skin transitioning into the incision is not as nice as on the other side. So, but I still don't know which surgeon did which side, so you can use your own judgment. Okay, well, this is longer than I intended. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.